Yo, Machi, I can't believe I'm gonna be asking for apologies my second video itself, bro. Fuck it. The pre-throttle apology world tour coming up now.
Yeah.
Just with Bumrah wedged Mitchell Stark and said he was too slow.
That's all you mean.
I think I'm starting again, but
Huh?
retake. Start again.
Welcome back to another episode on Peanut Talks, where you're joining us on an ongoing series of the Boro Gavaskar Trophy, where the shit has gone completely opposite to how we predicted in our previous episode. And yeah, I have no shame in admitting that it's from like everything from the playing 11, from how Australia went about it, from how India went. So yeah, everything has gone completely opposite to what we predicted. And you know what? It's good, because at the end of the day, India absolutely trashed Australia.
It's the best thing ever.
Apparently, and symbolically this time I have the skin off from the peanuts just to represent how Australia's skin came off in the last game. So
Well, it's the same color as the pitch, isn't it?
yeah, I guess
After day two.
After day two, yeah. So those who got fooled by the toss and thought India should have bowled first, these peanuts are for you. Sachin, how do you feel?
Can I get 2 minutes to just talk about this?
2 minutes, keep it PG though.
I'll try my best because
Alright.
I think my citizenship might get revoked after this.
Please.
Because the last time I saw a team of foreigners come into Australian shores and destroy them this badly, happened in 1700s by Englishmen. I don't think I've ever seen an Australian cricket team get absolutely destroyed like this. Like a 22-year-old guy from Mumbai just stood there and said, Mitchell Stark, that you're fucking slow. Mitchell was like, and Mitchell Stark had to laugh at it. He couldn't do anything. And he went and bowled a full toss. Actually a full ball. And then they gave Marnus Ravishing to bowl bounces. Apparently the best bowling attack Australia's ever produced. And they've got Marnus Ravishing bowling bounces and wides and negative bowling.
We'll come back to Manus Labuschagne, but just a bit of a preface. That guy completely lost the plot though, but yeah.
Yeah, he's lost the plot, forget him. He's always want to be Steve Smith and he's batting like Steve Smith.
Yeah.
Marnus Ravishing thinks that DRS was created for him.
Sorry?
Marnus Ravishing thinks that DRS was created for him.
I think more than Steve Smith, I think he's playing like Shane Watson right now. Like,
I thought Australia could be signed for 5 at end of day 3.
fair
Like, forget building a statue for Scott Bourne at MCG, but build a statue for Bumrah at
Bumrah,
Stadium.
yeah.
Name the stadium Virat Kohli Stadium. Like, he loves playing at Perth. There's been 4 test matches and 2 tons.
As I said earlier, there's a lot of people I have to apologize to throughout this video, so we'll get
I
to
just
all
want
of
to
those
know,
guys.
like, if Gambhir actually smiled after this test.
Gambhir
like-
probably had a hard on throughout the test, who knows? After the first
I
day.
had one.
Huh?
I
You
had
had one, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so let's go through some, the highlights of the test match, and if any Aussie viewers watching this, you might want to skip the next 10 to 15 minutes because there's not going to be any.
Or any whitewashed brown kid as well. He thinks Steve Smith is the best batsman ever.
Let's see. So we'll go with day one. All right, starting from day one. We're gonna skip the first innings for now. There was one performance that I will circle back to it, because if I don't, a certain someone will ask questions.
I will ask questions as well.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll circle back to that guy. Let's skip to day one post T. India comes to bowl,
Yeah.
and then you have Bumrah, who's literally spitting fire on the pitch. Yeah, like my guy was pitching the ball like, I don't know, almost outside the pitch, and he had it swinging back into the stumps.
I'm telling you, like, the fact that Steve Smith thought that ball was just going down, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking, but
No, that was plum. Yeah,
That was
plum,
like-
yeah.
I have never seen a bowler come to Australia and just...
Yeah,
like-
I think that was a spell for the ages.
That was spelled for the ages. That was
100%.
like, it's compared to like Curtis Ambrose, like, like it's compared to the greatest.
You know, it's one of the legendary spells in Australia, especially when the white media starts, releasing things like, as soon as day one was done, you get headlines. Is Bumrah's action legal?
Illegal.
Yeah. No, that's why. Is Bumrah's
Yeah.
action legal?
Yeah.
Like, you had all these Pia Morgan, and like, again, just instead of white name, with all these white journalists going up being like, is Bumrah's action legal? For all you people, I just have to ask this, alright? Yes, Bumrah's action looks a bit like a spastic. Yes, Bumrah tries to mimic the Australian breakdancer Ray Gunn in his load up. Yes, I agree with all that, but that's where the comparison ends, okay? If Bumrah's action is, if you still think his action is illegal, alright, I will personally come and donate you some money to go and get a CT scan of your brain, alright? And you should hope that you have a tumor on your head, because if there's no tumor on the head, there's no logical reason explaining why you think Bumrah's action is illegal.
Australia does this all the time, right? Like when
They did that same with
Murali destroyed them, and then they had to be like, it's illegal.
It's illegal, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then like I think when Ashwin started taking Steve Smith's wicket, they had to be like, he chucks.
He chucks, yeah.
Like it's just Australia thinks that they have the best players.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, this team's won a lot. Let's give them credit.
I'll tell you what, yeah. Australia just had a recent series with Pakistan, right? So Pakistan always goes on about like, you know, Bumrah being chucker, Bumrah being polio affected, Ashwin's a chucker. So I think it's like something rubbed off them from them.
I'm telling you, Australian players still wish they were in Pakistan from last season.
Honestly,
like, for a second, after T, when Virat Kohli dropped minus, I thought that we're going to recreate Pakistan. But then very quickly that we realized that Australia is a new Pakistan. Like, you know, like
that's an all-time low in South Sachin. I can't believe you went down there.
Mate, you come to Perth and then you let an Indian team score 500 runs.
Yeah.
I don't think like it's like England just basketballing Pakistan in Pakistan. Funniest thing is, like I think it was one of the Fox commentators said that Australia is on their knees. I don't think they were on their knees. They were on all fours, facing Adelaide and hoping the sun will, you know, shine on their face again.
PG.
Like,
PG.
I'm telling you, I literally saw like Marnus Abhishek's leg shaking when he left that ball of Bumrah. I saw Pat Cummins crying.
Yeah.
I saw Nathan Ryan's head just becoming more bald, like somewhere at the other side. Like he was catching it that much, thinking what he should do.
Maybe the pitch on day 2 looked a bit like Nathan Ryan's head, eh?
Honestly, Bumrah with his big booty just came and destroyed him.
Big booty.
And then you've got.
That's the highlight.
That's
Bumrah,
the
the big booty destroyed Australia.
The bunda just does magic.
There you go.
That's a caption right there.
So that's Bumrah. It's literally like, you know, we were 150 all out, and you know, I think me along with another billion other us was like, who the fuck elects to bowl first on a pitch like that?
Yeah.
And maybe he had something. He maybe knew something that we all didn't know. Maybe, you know, he.
I mean,
he
maybe
knew that,
fucking you out to bowl.
of course, apart from that, like, you know, on day 3, the pitch became a road.
Yeah.
Pretty much became a flat deck, at least for the Indians. I don't know what pitch Australia were batting on, but at least when India was batting, it was pretty much a road over there. So maybe he knew that, you know, once the moisture goes off the pitch, maybe the first innings did not go according to plan when India batted. Maybe they would love to play at least to like the end of day 1, or at least like to like the 80th over on day 1, and let Australia have the bat in the last 10 overs. But yeah, maybe they got out a bit too quickly. But I think that was a blessing in disguise, because they had an extended shot at bowling at Australians. Yeah. And pretty much at the end of day 1 itself, when Australia lost 7 wickets after the tea break, you pretty much knew where the match was heading.
Look, all I want to say is, anything can happen from here on. You know, we might lose 4-1. We might get bowled out for 10 in Adelaide under the pink ball. Virat Kohli might go to London for the next 10 days. Just with Bumrah might get locked in his room. But all I want to say is we fucking destroyed Australia in Perth. Fast, bouncy pitch. We had Yashwar Swajing Stark saying that he's too slow.
That's the funny bit, yeah, because like Australia is like, you know, Australia's meant to be this team that's, you know, aggressive, that sledges like, you know, other teams, and like that's been a pattern of, like, you know, in Indian teams in the past. And again, like, I feel like, you know, this thing that's happening, there's really 2 reasons for this. Okay, one, of course, obviously King Kohli. Again, apologies Kohli, I know I said a lot of stuff. We'll come back to that. I'll give you a much more constructed apology for that. But yeah, when Kohli was captain, of course, he brought this aggressive brand into Indian cricket. But the second thing, and I think this is the more important reason, I think Aussies just, again, for lack of a better word, Aussies became a bunch of pussies over time, because they don't want to sledge the Indians, because that means their IPO contracts are going to be affected.
Right, BCCI again.
All hail Jay Shah as well.
Jay Shah as well, you know. Like, Ricky Ponting, before the series started, and also on day 1, he said that, you know, shouldn't Virat Kohli be dropped with the average like that for the last 5 years.
What do you mean Ricky Ponting? We said that as well.
Yeah. And then Preeti Zinta summoned him. He's like, shut the fuck up and send auction. Justin Wenger just went to Jeddah as well, so he didn't see his entire stadium get destroyed by Bumrah from his own stand. Like, I just think that this performance from Australia it wasn't an Australian team. Like you said, maybe it's just so shit that they made India look good.
Exactly.
But I can tell you one thing. I'm sure about this. New Zealand is the best team in the world. Sachin Ravindra is the best batsman in the world. And CSK is going to win the IPL because we got Sachin Ravindra now. So I think that's what I get out from this test match is that CSK is winning the IPL.
We're talking about India and Australia. It's like, yeah, again, fair enough. Yeah, CSK is going to win the IPL.
Like,
yeah.
It's just evident that India got destroyed by New Zealand, and then that shit team comes and destroys Australia in Perth. Like,
Logic, I mean,
yeah. And I gotta mention one player. I honestly care about.
Yeah.
Like, put him anywhere.
Yeah.
As much as we give him shit for not performing,
I know.
I think he was the one player that stood
That was
out.
such a clutch innings in the first innings as well. Yeah,
He was very unlucky. Again, Australia, stop cheating. We get you guys are sooks, but stop changing your reviews. There wasn't even a proper camera angle. I'm telling you, there's a better camera angle of Steve Smith's crotch when he was shining the ball than the Sicko. And KL wasn't out for me in the first innings.
Are you talking about the Cape Town incident?
Huh?
Are you talking
Anytime, bro. They always just make sure that, anything. But then KL was like, he was leaving the ball so... It was... We asked in the first episode, who's going to be the next Bumrah in this innings? So next Pujara in this series.
Yeah.
And I think KL kind of showed glimpses of that.
Yeah.
That he batted for a long time.
He left the ball well, especially in the first thing when the ball was moving
Yeah.
around and stuff. He left the ball really well, and I saw this this excerpt from Manjrekar that said he kind of just plays the bat when he's when it's in that in between line.
Yeah.
He just puts the bat next to his pad and he kind of just leaves it destiny. If the ball hits the bat,
Yeah.
fair enough. If he leaves the bat and just goes to the keeper, yeah, fair enough. He got beaten by it, but it's still out there, yeah.
Yeah, it just reminded me when he performed really well in England a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did the exact same thing. And also, Australia, just telling you right now, the fact that Preeth is mentioning Sanjay Manjrekar's review shows you how shit you were in this test match.
Fair enough, yeah.
Next time he's going to mention Akash Chopra as well, bro.
But yeah, that's from the first innings, and then so Bumrah brought us back with his bowling, and I think again, another guy I have to apologize to is Harshit Rana. Again, Harshit, if you do have Gambhir's nudes, keep it with you. Do not leak them out, because stay in the team. Whatever you're doing, stay in the team, because I think he bowled really well.
I think he bowled really well. I think he brought that
ball,
aggression.
that peach to Travis' head. It's not only like a peach. The peach was more like Kim Kardashian's ass level peach. That was such an
So
amazing.
you're saying there's two things about this test match. One was just with Bumrah's bunda, and now Kim K's bunda.
Kim K's bunda. That was an amazing peach. You can't even.
I know.
You can't play that ball, and especially at that point.
Yeah.
I was still, because again it was only 150. We only had 150 on the board, and Travis had scored a couple of boundaries. He was getting into his work, and if he just played a couple more boundaries, he got a couple more boundaries, and kept getting those singles. He could have Australia could have taken a lead in the first innings, but that ball at that time was very crucial, and it was the perfect way. I think as soon as Travis had got out, it was pretty confident. It was pretty confident that we can get a good lead in the first innings.
I was kind of disappointed that we didn't roll them over for 70 runs, but then I was a bit greedy. I was like, if you're gonna kill him, just do it. Just stab him straight in the neck.
Fair enough.
I don't like the slow dead policy, but nevertheless, I just want to mention one player again. Apologize to him. Second innings and also first innings, Nitish Reddy.
I am every second minute is gonna be a apology.
Yeah, I am very sorry for saying that you're fucking useless, but
I am also very, very sorry.
Nitish, again, I don't understand if Australia or India is just too good, but Nitish Reddy just became like Ben Stokes, bro.
I know.
He comes and he bowls, he bats
that first innings 40 was very valuable.
Very useful.
Very, very valuable.
I didn't know what was happening. I couldn't believe my eyes.
This guy averages 20 in first class cricket. In India, he's more of a bowler than a batsman apparently. So you guys just made a bowler look like Ben Stokes, as you said.
Yeah.
So
they literally make every player in the team look so good.
Fair enough.
KL became Pujara.
No one wanted KL to play in this test match.
Yeah. I have one question. Rohit Sharma just stay outside. I think that's a very thing.
I think what you should do now is bring your wife, get her a visa into Australia right now, okay?
I don't think Austin's gonna give her a visa.
Get a no. This will work for him. Get them a room, alright? Rohit Sharma, go and plan for your third baby. Let's just play the same level, alright? Do not disrupt things over here. Yeah? What do you say?
I think Gil, go take Sarat and Luka on a date.
That I'm not going to say anything about.
But I'm telling you.
I don't want to apologize again in the next video, bro.
No, I think it's actually a good thing. If we talk shit in this episode, they might score a ton in the next episode.
Fair enough.
So like, I'm ready to apologize to Rohit Sharma, his wife, Tendulkar, for selling his daughter to Gil. By your personal letter, but Mama, I'm fine with that. But okay, anyways, but I want to also mention one thing is Yashwal, like
Jaiswal,
like that kid, 22 years old, is just uppercutting like Mitchell Stark, Pat Cummins, like the attitude he had to just stand there.
and
Like,
Sledge Stark.
yeah, he was playing Stark off back foot.
Yeah.
Like with those big pads, just like the 160, and he was still disappointed to get out of 160. Like,
Hungry.
yeah. Look, we said this about Gil last series that he's the next big thing, but then Joshua again we're gonna say is the next big thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully he continues it.
Next big thing, I think he's on the way there. I
Like
think,
I think the last couple of years we've had Prithvi Shaw the next big thing, Gil the
Yeah.
next big thing, now Joshua. But then let's just hope that
if Jaiswal scores another couple more hundred, which I think he can, in this series, I think he would have the series that Kohli had in 2014. Like, that kind of like cemented Kohli's legacy.
Yeah.
In the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be the premier
I
batsman.
think I
of the
just
world.
like his attitude.
Yeah.
Like, I think he can make a duck next series, but I mean next match. But the attitude was amazing.
Absolutely.
Like he was coming off like a duck as well in the first innings.
Yeah,
the way he walked in and the audacity, I can't get out of it.
And it's not like he just kept playing attacking.
Yeah.
He assessed the situations because we've seen Jaiswal in India. He's all attacking in Test match, but he actually left a lot of balls.
Yeah.
He defended. He respected the good balls.
Exactly.
And the ones that were in his arc, he made sure that he put them away.
I saw like a stat this morning saying that Joshua has a 1531 balls and a 1528 balls.
Yeah, it's good.
Like
It's
that
good.
shows something
Adapt
about the
himself,
player.
yeah. We talked about Jaiswal, talked about Rahul. I think
Bumrah
Devdutt
we spoke
Padikkal
about.
and Dhruv Jurel have
They're
done.
gone.
Yeah, they've done the easy things so that Rohit Sharma and Shubman
Yeah.
Gill can come back in. And now coming back to the main topic, the king, Kohli. I did question him, why are you in the team? If there was anyone else you would have got dropped from the team. Again, it's not going to make a difference whether I apologize to you or not, but at least his fans would.
Yeah.
I'm
Kohli,
extremely sorry for my
we are
comments in the
sorry.
last video. King
Once
is
the
king.
king is always a king.
Once the king, always a king. Proved it again. I think my favorite part was his first 50 runs
Yeah,
in
was
the
solid,
second innings.
yeah.
He took his time. He made sure he got in. No mistakes over there whatsoever. But then once India knew that they're going to attack, that they're going for a declaration on end of day 3, Kohli just switched gears.
I can tell one thing, like one small advice, Kohli. Sell your mansion in London and buy one in Perth, because
Buy one in
basically a
Perth.
backyard right now.
I said this before, but like I think we're back in that time again where Australia, your king's not King Charles right now.
Yeah.
Your king is King Kohli.
King Kohli, yeah.
King Kohli.
Like, I mean, yeah, like you rather have King Kohli than King Charles, I'm pretty sure. But,
Obviously.
like, I think he played one onside. That was just perfection. I saw
Perfection,
every commentator just frothing over it.
Absolutely.
And I was like, I dropped everything I did and just watched it on replay. But that just add that old sense of Kohli. Like the 2018 Perth time we spoke about last episode, it had that glimpse. Even if Kohli only made it 50, I would have still been happy because I saw that Kohli, the positive.
No, he had to make 100.
But yeah, like I just had
make
he had the positive attitude.
Yeah.
Like the first innings, he was maybe Mitchell Stark was sorry for him. That's why he's down the pitch by like 5 meters. But like the first innings, you saw the Kohli being like a bit nervous.
Yeah.
But then second innings,
It was
incredible.
vintage.
Yeah,
Vintage King
maybe
Kohli.
he just saw KL and Joshua bat and
Like
yeah,
if KO can make
Yeah.
why can't I make right?
Also, like again, Australia, thank you so much for bringing all our shit players back to form. You have done it service
It's
for
not
us.
even that. Like Australia, I don't know what's about Australia and losing to our B side all the time. Like in this Test match, you didn't have Rohit Sharma, you didn't have Shubman Gill, and we were like, you know what, our team might be too strong for you guys. So we'll also drop Ashwin and Jadeja for you guys.
And Mohammad Shami.
Mohammad Shami is injured.
Yeah.
So 5 of our first 7 players were not there, and yeah, you literally got analed. All right, like I can't find a better word for it, but you literally got analed by
I have
again
a better word.
what?
All fours facing Adelaide.
Sorry.
On all fours facing
Adelaide.
Adelaide.
I have no clue what that means, but yeah, fair enough. But yeah, you had Devdutt Padikkal, all right. I wouldn't pick him in an Indian 11, like even if he paid.
He went unsold in IPL, by the
Yeah,
way.
exactly. There you go. He got unsold in the auction. Nitish Rana, Harshit Rana, that's making his debut. All right. You had Nitish Reddy, making his debut as well. All right. You have Drew Jurel, who's only like 2 or 3 test matches old. So you have all these new players, and we played Washington Sundar as a premier spinner for fuck's sake.
And he didn't spin the ball all day today.
Exactly. He bowled spinners much quicker than Mitchell Marsh did the entire test match. Yeah.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
The third fastest bowler for Australia was Manis.
There
I
you
can't
go,
get
yeah.
over that.
He was bowling quicker than Josh Hazelwood. Like I don't understand, for a best pace quarter that the world has ever seen in the last 20-25 years, how the fuck do you come and bowl 130 clicks on a fast, bouncy, whack-up pitch? I just don't get it.
I've got to come to this one thing. Siraj hasn't performed in the
Yeah.
last 3 years.
In the last 3
and now you make him look like freaking James Anderson.
You make
Like-
Steve Smith. You got out to Siraj, mate. You got out to the DSP, mate. How? But yeah, so Siraj is back in form, and yeah, Harshit Rana obviously had a good first innings. So that's India. So obviously India has a lot of positives.
Yeah, it's a good headache for them now.
Good. And Australia, like in that first innings, Australian batting, honestly, it felt like, I was in the streets of Bangkok, and like, I just felt like, it was like as if like, men were coming out of a massage parlor one by one, going in and out, like, and not just staying there for long enough. It's like, yeah, done, alright, she gave me a quickie, alright, let me go right now. Like, stay there. And,
I think Steve Smith getting his wife, that's a quickie, right? That's disappointing. Like, he walked in, and like, I don't know if he saw where the stumps were. Maybe he marked wrong. Maybe the umpire, good job for taking the wrong stumps. But he was on 6th stump. Like, it's like, and he literally looked down, and he just like, I don't know if the ball did swing a fair bit. But then, like, getting prone like that.
yeah.
And then Manas.
Manas said that he wanted to play like Pujara did in the last 2 series. I mean, in the first innings, he made 2 runs off 52 balls. So you're halfway there. You're halfway there.
He didn't want to stay there. Like, he was.
He just looked in all sorts.
Yeah,
He just
he was getting hit everywhere. Like, I'm telling you, like, Bumrah had him on strings, man. He was like a puppet show.
Yeah.
And I've got to talk about one more batsman from Australia, the debutant, McSweeney. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, you shouldn't be in this team because you're not an opener. They literally chucked the kid out there and said, take the first bullet. And then comes Usman Khawaja. He honestly wished that he was back in Pakistan. Like, he was literally telling his parents, saying, why did you move to this country? His slip catching was like he was in Pakistan. So, like, and then came Mitchell Marsh. I don't think it's a standard player, apart from Travis Head's 80 today, which didn't matter for shits.
Yeah.
Bowling in Australia, I think you can start off with that.
No. Bowling, see, again, yes, I mean, they had one off test match. Let's give it that. They had one off test match.
No, but I want to say this. The same bowling quadrant as lost for India C in Gabba. They lost against West Indies in Gabba.
Yeah.
They almost lost to Pakistan if Pakistan could hold their catches last season.
Fair enough.
So, like, is there a problem with this bowling team? Like, even the Test Championship, like,
Maybe a little bit overrated.
they actually, like, not overrated, are they getting old? I mean, they are old,
Yeah.
but have they lost that steam they had, like, back in 2014, 15?
I guess so. Yeah. I mean,
Like-
only time can tell.
Yeah, you can
It's still a long test series ahead.
Yeah, again, like I said, we can lose 4-1.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna say my shit right now. And then I can apologize next episode to Australia.
We say it. We'll apologize the next episode.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm looking forward to the next test.
Yeah, I mean, let's like just before we finish up, let's recalibrate. Okay, so we had this big win now. So next we're going to Adelaide for the day-night test match.
Yeah.
Any changes from Indian teams? So obviously going to have Rohit Sharma. Do you really want him to come back in there?
Honestly, no. But then,
But it is going to happen.
it needs
is
to
going to
happen.
happen.
Yeah. And I was thinking about this today. I don't think I want to change the opening pair.
Yeah.
I think if Rohit Sharma like wants
Put him at 6.
Put him at 6.
Put him at 6. Let Truman Gill be
Like
at
Rohit
put him
Sharma's played at
yeah.
6. Like KL has moved enough.
Yeah.
He's finally found something for one test.
And I honestly think Rohit Sharma is a better player of the moving ball than. I'm sorry.
KL is
KL is
better,
a better player of the moving ball than Rohit Sharma.
Yeah,
so-
like Rohit Sharma, like
So
if
you
you
might
want,
as
if you
well
want to
just-
know what's gonna happen to you in the ping ball test match, go watch Prithvi Shaw getting out to Pat Cummins last time they were here. It's gonna go to your gate, mate. So like, I think leave the opening pair. Shubman Gill number 3.
Yep.
Kohli 4.
4
5 punt.
punt
6 Rohit Sharma.
or even put Rohit Sharma at 5
Yeah,
6
you
punt.
can swap it however you want. And then I think Ashwin needs to be back. Ashwin and Jadeja.
Yeah, Ashwin
I
Jadeja needs
think
to be
Washington didn't do enough to convince me.
back. Yeah.
And then the fast the 4 fast bowlers, absolute
Guns.
Guns.
Like, that's it, guns.
Ben Stokes.
Yeah, Indian Ben Stokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harshit Rana.
We've got
Comeback.
Harshit Rana.
And then the Lord.
Big Bunda.
Big Bunda.
And then we've got DSP.
DSP, yeah. How about Australia? I don't think they're gonna change much.
I don't think they will change much.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think they can go find another opener at this point. So I think it's gonna be
they're gonna
Sweeney.
stick with the same.
Uzman Kawaja for sure.
Yeah, and they're not gonna get rid of Labuschagne or Smith. I think it's too early to.
It's
hit
too
the
early.
Panic
I think
buttons.
I would tell Abhishek to not use DRS again ever in his life.
And maybe not bowl again. Or
Yeah.
even though he's the third quickest pacer in the team, maybe
he
just hold off the bowling a little bit,
and
concentrate on the batting.
Probably like stick a tape in his mouth or something. Like just please.
Yeah.
And then I think they're gonna stick with the same team. I don't think
stick
I
with the
see
same team,
any
yeah.
changes.
Yeah.
If anything, they might drop probably one of the fast bowlers and bring Scott Bowler just because he can swing the ball a bit more.
Yeah.
But I
But
don't
who are you
think,
gonna drop?
I think I'll drop Mitchell Stark because he was probably the most expensive
Yeah.
and also quite slow according to.
But again, he has a pretty good record in day-night test matches, doesn't he?
Hey, good. Day night test match after 8 o'clock. I think Nitish Rana's going to take 5 for. I mean, Nitish Reddy. But, yeah, I just think that if there's any changes, I think that's the only change I can see. But apart from that, it's quite funny. I'm looking at the scorecard right now.
Yeah.
Like, print this, frame it. Write it on every off-spin player's tombstone. Because this is just wild dreams, man.
Wild.
Like, if I wake up tomorrow morning and I see India 10 for 36.
It's not fire, it's wild fire.
Yeah, like, I honestly, David Warnish would be so happy seeing in the commentary box.
Anyways, before we sign off, we did say in the last episode that Australia's going to win the series 4-1 or 3-1.
Yeah.
Are we changing that or?
I mean, I'm going to apologize to everyone next episode either way. So I'm going to say...
Quickly, we want to wrap it up. I had a lot of complaints that we went for a long time last
I think
time.
3-2.
3-2. India 3-2.
Yeah, just because I'm backing India in SCG and MCG, so yeah.
Why not? Let's dream bigger. I want India to make the World Test Championship final, so I think 4-0. Yeah?
Oh, let's go for it. I mean, looking at the scorecard, fucking 5-0, mate.
Fair enough. Alright, with that, we'll catch you all with another episode.
Yep.
Hopefully another humiliation of the Aussies after the second test match. And yeah, thanks for joining us again. And if you lasted all the way over here, you did last longer than half of the Australian batting lineup in the previous test match.
Good job, guys. And
Thank you.
Congratulations for every Indian fan out there, I think. And
Jai Ho. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind. Alright.
See you.
Fuck them shit.